We switch gears and we are now talking about Launch and Learn. Gifts Director, Global Business Development and founder of One Caribbean Card joins us on set. That's Mr. Dave Sahadat. And we are also joined by the Chief Marketing Officer, Peter Edwards. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we're sharing gifts this morning.
Yes, we are indeed.
So what kind of company is Gifts?
Sure. Well, Gifts is actually a FinTech company, financial technology company, that provides an entire end-to-end solution that spans the entire ecosystem of payments. In plain English,
yeah, what does that mean?
We have just brought the best of technologies. Of course, what has happened in the region, you know, sometimes we tend to lag, especially not so much maybe with the larger financial institutions, but with our smaller and micro financial institutions, they tend to lack the necessary technologies that can actually help them to be more competitive and also help them to be more attractive to millennials. So what we do is we support them by the uses of our technology that supplies things such as online payments, you know, an e-commerce gateway, such things such as an affordable core banking solution, such things such as through our One Caribbean card, which is something that we thoroughly spoke about yesterday at our Lunch and Learn at the Hyatt, which I must say was a tremendous success. So the whole idea is that no one should be left behind. The mantra of our organization is electronic payments for everyone. And, you know, as part of that vision, we have often asked ourselves, well, is it right, for example, that a small person selling arts and crafts in the street, usually in order for them to conduct business, a person has to have cash. So we says no, just the same way as you can walk into a store and have the ability to pay using a card. So that micro entrepreneur should have the same ability to do just that. So in a nutshell, Gifts means that we want to broaden the electronic landscape and, as we said, fill that mantra of electronic payment solutions for everyone.
Okay. Now, Mr. Peter Edwards, you're the Chief Marketing Officer. In this age of artificial intelligence and all of that, we're moving away from the regular brick and mortar and we're evolving. How does this fit in all of that?
Well, you're looking at, you know, payment agility, as Dave alluded to. You know, if you have a merchant on the street, and as we are getting to a cashless society, with our solution, a merchant on the street can, by having what we call a QR code, take a payment for their goods. A small entrepreneur with a website can take international payments through our payment gateway. And you know, currently that's available if they take PayPal, but there are issues such as large deposits, your money is outstanding for 5 to 10 days, and you're a small business and you don't want those cash flow implications. You know, with our payment gateway, you have your money available. As far as artificial intelligence, you know, we are able to assist financial institutions to take advantage of their customer segment. They know that they'll know the behaviors of their customer segment and be able to market much better. I mean, this is a package that has so many bells and whistles, and it's not $1 million. That is our attractive proposition to the market. That, you know, you can, you know, catch up or leapfrog the bigger banks with our package, and it's affordable. We have customers from, you know, we are working with credit unions of 300 members, and they've taken on our package. It's very affordable and very available and very scalable, and I think that's very attractive to the market, as seen yesterday when we did our launch and learn.
Right, so it's recession friendly.
Absolutely. You know, plus new revenue streams. All of a sudden, a small credit union can issue debit cards and enjoy the revenue streams of the bigger banks do have, by, you know, from the usage of the card.
So you target a lot of financial institutions.
Well, our aim is the indigenous financial institutions and credit unions.
Okay.
And they're the ones that find it more attractive because they're the ones that have recognized that they're lagging in turn, with regards to the ability to issue modern day services.
So launch and learn, that took place yesterday.
Yes, that took place yesterday at the Hyatt, and I must say it was very well received. We had a cross section of folks from the credit union movement to, large retailers, to also a few microfinance institutions. So I would say it was a success. The message was well received, and one of the points that we wanted to make that as there are companies that are always coming into the region and trying to sell us their goods, selling their wares, right? So we are actually a regional institution, but more so we were able to show and articulate yesterday that we are here in Trinidad and we're here to stay. And actually, in many cases, we see Trinidad as the hub. One of the things that we spoke about is we represent a pretty large company out of India, a global company by the name of Quattro. And in support of our efforts, what they have decided to do is that as long as we get the uptake here in Trinidad, that they'll co-locate a data center here, which of course, means jobs and has several implications. So we actually see Trinidad as the hub for all of these regional services that we will be providing. So a lot of implications here for Trinidad especially.
Great.
And of course, well, I benefit from the fact I think I made no bones about yesterday saying some of that is personal due to the fact that my heritage is Trinidadian. My dad is from Trinidad, and so yes.
Okay, so great.
This is home for me.
Yeah. Mr. Edwards, the response that you've gotten so far, has it been particularly encouraging?
Encouraging to overwhelming.
Really?
I think we were supposed to end yesterday at 12:30, and I think we left the Hyatt Ballroom around 2:30. And there's a hunger and thirst, and
because there is a need.
Yeah, because there's a need, and sometimes people see things that seem high tech and they think cost.
Yes.
And our message is that we are scalable at all levels, and we have a very affordable solution. You're not developing anything. You essentially are, picking which solution suits you. You can take all, you can take one, but it is priced at it is priced that price is not a barrier.
Okay.
It is what you want to, where you want to go.
So you talk about technology to make things more competitive, make your institution more competitive. What sort of technology exactly are we talking about?
For example, we have a mobile banking solution.
Okay.
We have a solution whereby you can use your phone. We have a e-wallet where you can use your phone to make your payments. A merchant can download our app and gives them ability to take payments from someone that is purchasing via our app.
Convenience.
And it's convenient. So there you take away the hardware of a point of sale,
yes,
and you're really tapping and going or scanning.
Right.
And you're talking about opening up the market to so many small entrepreneurs.
What is One Caribbean card?
So something I'm very passionate about. Yes, One Caribbean card is actually, we see it as a alternative, if you would, to Visa and MasterCard. Of course, we know that Visa and MasterCard they're the recognized brands within the world. However, fact of life is that there's not every financial institution that would be able to afford a Visa or MasterCard, and this is primarily due to costing issues. So we see the One Caribbean card as a viable alternative that will provide the same global acceptance, because at the end of the day, what we've recognized that people are more concerned with having access to their funds as opposed to carrying, a label. So it was built to the same standards in terms of the chip profiles, in terms of what it's capable of doing. It's actually built on the latest chip-based technology. It's not a microstripe card, which is, a whole other issue all by itself. So we see the One Caribbean card as being that bridge that can fulfill a lot of what we've spoken about as far as CSME and beyond, whereby a card, for example, can be issued in Barbados, and the person that is using that card can actually come here to Trinidad and have access to their funds, while they're here. It is a bridge. We see it being able to conduct trade within the region without dependencies on these other things like Visa, MasterCard, and we're able to do that because we'll be running our own switch that not only links the region but reaches right back into the U.S.
Okay,
and
great.
other markets.
And how can we reach you? Is there a number that we can call?
Sure. Well, first you can always go to our website, which is globalintegrated.net. And in terms of we normally prefer getting first contact by email, and so there is info@globalintegrated.net, and that's usually the preferred medium in terms of a phone call, because sometimes we're on the road, we are
and you're
stretched.
unable to
so
respond.
yes, we are much better able to respond via email.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Indeed, a pleasure learning about all of this.